heart of conversations that affect you, mothers, as well as your child on Maternity Line Show, where Zaynab unearths motherhood through unique stories in reproductive health.
Pregnancy is quite challenging for me. For the first pregnancy, I had to deliver at 32 weeks.
I hit my tummy on the curve and immediately I was rushed to the hospital.
How about asking questions that benefit your child, babies, and toddlers?
Immunization for children has a lot of benefits. To vaccinate your child till the 15th month. Most parents stop at 6 months when their babies stop breastfeeding.
On the show that features experts and professionals across maternal and child health. Join Zaynab as she amplifies voices of women for better physical, mental, and social well-being. We discuss parenting.
My kid is a bit older now. When he was younger, it was a bit more stressful, but now we kind of work with each other.
My name is Udebuana. Thank you for bringing up this topic. So I'm a single mother.
And even hand the mic over to allies who are men and fathers, creating better outcome for child and maternal practices. Join Zaynab Fridays, 12:15 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Maternity Line Show, an all-encompassing medium for every woman, mothers and intending mothers.
Lagos, good afternoon. It's Maternity Line Show back in your speakers right about now. I am Zaynab Yekeen and the show is live on 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are located at 267A SM Ian Crescent, Victoria Island. I say this every week. And once again, this is 99.3 Nigeria Info. I bet you have been catching all the I beg to differ debate tournaments that has been happening in the last 1 week, and that continues next week. You don't want to miss out. Be sure to tune in. Be sure to get your words to tune in and learn a lot. You shouldn't miss such an intellectual debate where our young children, teenagers are battling intellectually. Yes, that's just one part of it. Right now, we are getting a message that there is a call. I'm trying to check newsroom now. Someone called into the newsroom to say there is a corpse at Ikate bus stop. So we are calling on the authorities to go see for themselves and move the body. All right. So sad. It's back to the show, Maternity Line Show Lagos. Check in with us via the website at www.nigeriainfo.fm. There is a chat room on the website where you can easily drop your comments as well. Do so. Also check us out all across our social media platforms at Nigeria Info FM on X, at Nigeria Info FM Lagos on Instagram. Listen again on the website. You can go there and click listen again for you to be able to enjoy a podcast of this show and several other shows. All right. To watch us live, join our live stream right away on Facebook and on YouTube. Drop your comments as well. We are ready to take all of them. If you're willing to extend love to mothers and children in need, including those awaiting trials in correctional homes, in form of giveaway or maybe food of some sort, clothing items, shoes for the kids, diapers, or even scholarship, anything at all to feed, just reach out. I'll be glad to attend to you via social media at KEENZAYNAB. Also Facebook, LinkedIn, Zaynab Omolabake Yekeen. Lagos, I'll be right back. We are discussing turning screen time into learning time for kids this holiday. Stick around.
For my kitchen, too sweet, I lick my lips.
Mamador oil is available in stores near you and also comes in pocket-friendly sizes. Use Mamador oil today. If the world was ending, I wanna be next
It is an incontrovertible fact that the future of power is solar. It is becoming increasingly clear that solar is the way to go if reliable, clean, and uninterrupted power is our goal. Our homes need power, our offices need power, our public buildings need power, our lives and activities need power, and of course, I mean reliable power. Now, at the Solar World Electric Technology Limited, we have cut our teeth as professionals in the business of solar and renewable energy, ranging from inverters, lithium-ion batteries, solar panels, solar water heating systems, solar street lights, etc. You can visit our office at the Seco Mall, 5th Roundabout, Lekki Epe Expressway, Jakonde, Lagos, or our website on www.solarworldelectric.com, or you can call us on 0906 331 5492. Solar World Electric Technology Limited. We are redefining the limits.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is
Maternity Line.
Maternity Line.
Lagos, it's back to the show, Maternity Line Show on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Today, we explore ways parents could strategically co-use and assist their little ones in turning screen time into learning time this holiday season in particular, and maybe beyond. Anyway, how much screen time is too much for our children this period? Holiday season, should it be equal to screen time 100% for these kids? Are we getting something wrong or right? Are we damaging them intellectually? Are we also developing them intellectually? Yesterday, I have two trusted voices joining me on this conversation. They are the voices of technology, if I'm allowed to put it that way. Yes, I do have Mr. Muyiwa Oluwadiya, and Mr. Oscar Obiora Udebuana. Yes, I have both of them live with me in the studio. So it's going to make a great conversation. Do not forget to watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Join our live stream right away. All right, do not forget our diaper giveaway is still ongoing. So if you'd love to win a diaper today, message me. You know how we do it. The first two parents to do this might be winning some diaper giveaway today. Now, since the start of the ongoing long break, gentlemen in the studio, and of course Lagos, I have been talking about ways children can be engaged, this period, so they are not totally carried away, playing away their times and everything. But sometimes this thing gets so much that it becomes so bad, and some of us parents, but we are becoming more concerned as to how to regulate, to manage the situation. And I know that I'm not the only one in this show. There are several other parents in Lagos right now who really are, troubled with such concern. Right now, in spite of parental control, social media age restrictions, among other ways to keep, especially the generation Alpha in check, these young people still engage in activities beyond their years. They involved in doing things that were new, experiences maybe. They play sports with friends, reading books, including spending more of their time scrolling on phones, watching TVs. They even have their individual tabs. Hey. Anyway, the two gentlemen joining me on this conversation today are Muyiwa Oluwadiya, founder of GinoskoAI, a platform using AI to foster learning across Africa. Also, Oscar Obiora Udebuana, business manager at Arravo Academy, also a tech learning advocate connecting children to digital skills like coding, robotics, and AI across Africa. Let me tell you a bit about them. Oscar has got a first-hand experience as someone deeply involved in managing a leading edtech learning platform where he guides thousands of learners and tutors across Africa, including robotics and AI. So he will be educating us, among others, about strategies families can adopt over the holidays to pivot from passive viewing to active learning. Also, Muyiwa will be telling us AI-driven platforms that can convert holiday screen time into structured interactive learning, and especially in tech field. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Lagos, let me engage you before we start. How many hours a day does your child or your children spend on their screen? On their tab? Maybe phone? TV? Have you ever struggled to limit your child's screen time? If yes, how did you deal with it? Do you think screens are making our children smarter or distracted? Have you ever found an app or program that really helped your child learn something new during the holidays? Would you be willing to join this conversation? Please feel free to check in with us. Call into the show 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Our WhatsApp is 0809-597-5805. Before you say, we did not engage you on this conversation. So there you have it. Now, gentlemen, I'm sorry I needed to bring my people on board. These are people who are concerned. The older siblings to Generation Alpha, the mothers, that's Generation Y, the millennials, and also the people listening are also grandparents to this Generation Alpha we are talking about. So we all have a stake in this conversation. All right. So gentlemen, let's get straight into it. Now, in the last few weeks, maybe Muyiwa in this regard, or maybe both of you, in the last few weeks, this is my story. I've mentioned many valuable things. Children can learn this period beyond the traditional academic skills, like coding, dancing, to even fold clothes at home, engage them in kitchen chores, house chores and all of that. I feel like these things could strengthen their cognitive abilities, right? And help build confidence when they are engaged while at home, anywhere, even at the grannies. But sometimes I feel like it gets so much that I'm tempted to give my daughter, her tablet. And then, according to what I understand, WHO only recommends an hour on screen for kids. Now, screen time feels like an enemy, Muyiwa. From your work with GinoskoAI, how do you define the difference between destructive screen time and productive learning time?
All right, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, too.
So, for me, I see screen time and basically technology as tools. They are tools that we utilize. And as with any tool, it can be used for good things and for bad things. So, for me, the future where we are going, the future that is being designed, is one that is very digital first, is one that involves from the earliest of early childhood, you're going to be exposed to screens, right?
Right.
There is a lot of things.
But I feel like we weren't exposed to the screen.
No, there is a cashless drive around the world. If there's going to be a cashless drive and you need to make payments and do things, that means that you have to look at your screen. So it's inevitable that more and more children will be exposed to more screens. That is a given. So the question now is, how do you utilize it? So as with any technology, as with any tool, it's about how you can say, okay, this thing is here to stay. What are the restrictions? What are the boundaries I'm going to put in place? And so, me growing up, I did have a lot of screen. I did look at a lot of screen. I did look at a lot of television those days. The Cartoon networks, the Cartoon Networks, the Discovery channels, the Nat Geo Wild.
You could pass for a millennial baby boomer.
the millennial. So now the issue is, looking back, there were a lot of positive things, but there were a lot of negatives too. It did make me have a very inquisitive mind, a very mature mind for my time, in terms of knowing what is going on in the world. But what we didn't have that day was a lot of the content there was structured.
They were structured.
Yes, because it was mostly television. But nowadays, social media with the likes of TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you just see every sort of nonsense. I think the ratio to sense to nonsense is quite high in social media. So because of that, there has to be more protection. Before they say a lot of crass. I mean, those days growing up, a lot of my friends today, I speak some language, I say some words. They say, where do you learn these words from? And those were, watching refined people talking.
Wow.
Those days I used to watch BBC News.
Oh, that's right.
BBC News, CNN. So you pick up a lot of these words. You know how to compose yourself, even without training. So that's one of the first things I'll tell parents. Don't always think of it as a negative thing. This is a period where, a lot of your children are picking up good things. So at least, I think one of the first things you need to set out is, what are the non-negotiables? What don't you want your child to be exposed to? What are they? Maybe, they're going to pick up a lot of these things on social media, like I said. So there are some particular kind of channels or social media that, that the level of it. For example, if you look at YouTube, you're going to be exposed to a lot of decent, maybe YouTube shorts, a lot of decent.
For instance, YouTube Kids.
Even beyond YouTube Kids, because we're still going to come to that. Let's say they get in, they know how to access your phone, they know your password. And
even a 4-year-old knows my password.
Yes. So they'll go there and they'll be looking at regular YouTube. But on that, that, okay, on YouTube, you don't really have a lot of crass things, right? Now, on TikTok, there's a lot more of that.
That one,
a lot
it's
of
oversaturated.
Yes, there's a lot of. YouTube is quite moderated. TikTok and Facebook is not so moderated. So obviously, you know that, okay, maybe for starters, because this thing is going to happen, it's inevitable. Maybe there are some apps, there are some solutions, there are some softwares that allow you to put password to some apps, right?
Yeah.
There are some softwares that allow you to use password to some apps, so they can't access it easily. So that is the first step. Now you know that there are some solutions that you don't want your child to. There are some applications or some sites you don't want your child to be on. If you have those apps on your phone, first of all, you can get some app passwords. You can just do a different password to access those apps, so that you know that your child don't have access to that. They might cry, they might whine.
They will, definitely.
But you know that is not for them. Then you also say that those ones that are now curated for kids, like you have the YouTube Kids, those are things that you can expose them to.
Okay.
I think, let me let whether.
Yes, of course. We are going to Oscar. So far, I love the fact that you mentioned structuring is one of the keywords, and then we should be cautious of websites we need or we want our children to visit. And you also recommended YouTube Key depending on the age of the child. Right now, to Oscar, you work with young people, and young people learning high impact skills like robotics and AI. So what do you think makes children of today, especially say maybe preschoolers, preteens, by preschoolers, maybe children 5 to 12 age. So what do you think within this age range so drawn to screens? I see a lot of preschoolers. I'm one of the mothers. Then preteens. So what really draws them to the screen?
All right, thank you, Muyiwa, for that insight.
Or is it our fault?
So, well, I think the first thing is that we should acknowledge that screen time is not really a bad thing. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not really a bad thing. However, if you begin to see it as a bad thing, you cannot sort of stop people from viewing the screen. It's everywhere. So even if you're going to ban them from using your phone, they're going to use somebody's phone to see that thing.
They will, definitely.
So the most important thing here we want to emphasize on is how you balance it, like Mr. Muyiwa has mentioned. So, and it's because of the digital, revolution, right? We've seen Muyiwa said when he was way younger, he only watches television, which was screen time. But now we see gadgets that are very, very, accessible to these kids, and then we see all sort of videos easily done without any sort of scrutiny out there. So, but I think what I would say a lot of parents is, how do you sort of balance? It's a new norm, so we can't run away from it. But the most important thing is, how do we balance it? Now, how we balance it is a function of being intentional. And what has really attracted people to screen is because the world has gone digital. Ideally, if the world was still in the crude state, we will not have much screens, right? But again, when you look at it, is what are your children exposed to, and how are you managing what they are exposed to? So, like Muyiwa said, if you have some parental control, we have some students in-house that there are certain applications that you can't download for them. So if the children now find a way around it, of course, that means they've learned that thing from somebody else. We've seen where some applications, good applications, cannot work on some student laptops. Even some schools are putting some parental control guidance on that. So I think beyond just the parents, it's a global concern where all stakeholders are to be involved in this orientation, that there are certain exposure you can allow for kids. However, banning it is not the solution.
It's not the solution.
So if you ban it, one way or the other, the children are going to find a way around it. Now, what are those things that our kids are exposed to? When it comes to school, there are some schools that probably promote even using of laptops,
That's right.
notebooks. So you cannot totally ban it, right? But as much as the students are connected to the school system, what are the children also exposed to? Are they parental guidance control add-ons or plugins that will not allow our children? Even for us in our office, you can't easily go to social media applications, because in a typical office, you are meant to just open your office email. So such kind of restrictions is one step. However, they now have to be that traditional training approach from parents to children, where we've seen from school, from teachers to also children. So it's a total global stakeholder conversation that we're supposed to have. So while we are doing this, talking to parents, we're talking to schools, we're talking to adults, we're talking to everybody that is having that's having that potential of guiding one or two children. That's saying that there's certain things your children must not be exposed to. Let's not totally look at phones also. What about televisions?
Television.
Yeah, we've talked about phones, laptop. What about TV? They have to be a certain time, a certain moment where your children are allowed to watch TV. And what kind of programs are you also showcasing? So it's one thing to ban screen time, but it's one thing to also look at the content that you are banning. Are the content, why are you going to ban screen time when the kids are actively learning?
Maybe limited.
Limited. So as much as we want to limit screen time,
we cannot even ban it.
What is the content of the screen time? Is this something that will be adversive or that will support their growth? If it's going to support their growth, how do we now modify that it's not 100% screen time, but the balance of both screen time and active learning?
All right. Okay,
let me just add
ahead.
something. I'd like to look at it this way also. I think approaching the issue from a defensive point might not be the best way. I think you have to you have to take the initiative because it's going to happen. Your kids are going to be exposed to it. So what you want to do is to pretty much, as much as possible, curate what they learn, curate what they see, such that they build enough resistance and immunity that when they are inevitably in this day and age, exposed to the wrong things, maybe you don't want your kids dressed in a certain way, they are going to see all that on social media, right? So you have to learn to, whenever you are with them, you have to expose them to the right things. What are the ways you want to talk, right? Growing up, there were some things we never really were exposed to, right? There were some slangs because of the kind of media that was available in our
at the time,
right? So there were some things I didn't really know about. There were some things I wasn't exposed to. There were some kind of languages or some kind of talk I wasn't exposed to. I came from a very kind of sheltered family.
Right.
So that way you have to do that kind of curation. You have to curate that. And such that even on your tabs, right, you can do a playlist for children. You maybe as parents, you go through YouTube. There has to be work. And I know that we are looking for a way where we can just do a sledgehammer to fix all the things. But it's actually work. It's
now
a
you
work of
caught me
parents.
there.
There has to be work. There has to be time where you dedicate, where you are very intentional, where you dedicate and say, okay, I'm going to do 30 minutes. What are the possible cartoons? You have to go through it. Okay, what are the channels I trust on YouTube, on this thing? And then once you do that, you can create like a playlist for your child. You can create like a playlist for your child, or maybe if you have another phone, just download a particular kind of a particular. So on YouTube, on social medias, there are some topics you can say that even if you search, you won't see them at all. You can start canceling some of those topics. You have to be intentional. But the good thing is that 30 minutes, 1 hour a week is enough to really do a very nice curation for you. So you have to be very intentional. There are some things you don't want to see. You don't want them to see all kinds of joke. A lot of this content that I put there, they have tags. Right? Maybe if you don't want them to be exposed to blood, gore, all those kind of joking things, this kind of nonsense, you say that no, do not show this kind of things, right? Only show this kind of things. So, and even on your own, you that you don't even watch these things, right? You can put it that on your own YouTube app or whatever app, you can just restrict these things so that they don't get to show up even when you search for them, right? You don't see them by accident.
All right, so we have so much to ask, to talk about, but I see Lagos are calling. They've been calling. Let me call the number out again, 0201-465-7190, 0201-277-0993, WhatsApp 009-597-5805. Now, I'm giving you this opportunity to call in because you've started calling when both of them were speaking. I'm going back to them now. You better call before I go to them. Okay, so let's move the conversation. Muyiwa, there is this question I would love for you to please attend to. As someone who has helped thousands of learners through your tech platform, what advice do you have for parents who want to engage, not just police their children's screen time? I mean, you've mentioned a couple while you were talking, you curate what you want them to see, want them to learn. But because when people start calling, I may not be able, so we need to reiterate.
So when you're looking at the platforms, children are attracted to flashy things.
I think I was supposed to ask Oscar that question, but whichever.
I think
Oscar. Yes, I think it's Oscar.
Yes. So children are really attracted to flashy, colorful things, right? So obviously they are going to be looking for the ones who are exaggerated facial features, very expressiveness. So you definitely know it. But the beautiful thing is that they are educative content in that regard. I think there was a YouTube channel I saw, Cheating Yoruba for Kids.
Oh yeah. So even French.
Yeah, even French. So those are the kind of things you exposed to. You can do like I mentioned, you can do like a playlist, you can do all those ones, and then the apps. They are, for example, when I'm saying I used to play games a lot. And to be honest, they helped me a lot. They helped me in my reasoning, they helped me in my faculties, and now
cognitive abilities.
In fact, that really inspired me to go into tech because I saw some of the lovely things they do there. So I'm really inspired. So again, a lot of these things are not necessarily bad. I know that one of the things children do is play games. Right now, chess. You can easily have chess on your phone. To play chess. Games like Sudoku, which helps your reasoning. And there are some games that do help these kind of things. So obviously, it's about risk and reward. You have to tell your child, okay, I'm going to allow you to play 30 minutes, 1 hour of this, even though it's very addictive. And then you're, again, back to curation. You curate the kind of games that you can do a study. Again, in 1 hour, dedicating 1 hour.
1 hour.
Just 1 hour of this study. What kind of games should children play? What kind are good at this? And you'll be able to say what is acceptable, what is not. So, I mean, it's inevitable. If it's a car racing game, a very nice car racing game, you can download it yourself, look at it yourself, and say, okay, what is it? What I'm giving my child this one to play. I'm giving my child this one to play. There might be some that are on the App Store, maybe the top 5. You look at it and you say, okay, which ones are actually good? That way, especially all these strategy games, they help your child, adapt, evolve, think on themselves. But again, it's about guidance. It's going to happen, but let me guide them into this thing.
For parents who are impatient, do you think relying on reviews could also help?
Reviews, be honest, for me, I look at reviews 60%. What a review usually does for me is just, okay, let me check this out.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Let me check this out. But it comes with it. You're a parent. A parent is a full-time job. So you are employed. If you're a parent, you're employed, even though you are not employed. And,
but nature has naturally employed you.
Yes. So there are some things that maybe nobody is going to review your performance, but life in it at the end will review your performance. And you don't want it at the next 5 years, 10 years, you're having regret. Oh, I wish I had done this thing. I should have done this. There are a lot of people out there today. It's a dangerous world out here today. There are a lot of people who are going out of their way to expose children to the wrong things.
You're right.
So it's one of your responsibility.
Because if you don't make that time for them, people out there would definitely teach them what we don't want them to be taught.
Children are always learning. So who are they learning from? You have to make sure they are learning from.
Right. I don't know why you people were calling while they were talking. Please do well. Maybe when they stop talking, you can now call. And when they stop talking, you stop calling. It's unfair. Anyway, I have this one from Florence. Florence is messaging from... trying to open it. Okay. Florence is messaging from housing rights or Jota. Florence says, good afternoon, Zaynab. Well done. Please, could you ask the digital people in the studio to recommend at least five top websites where kids could go to do their thing?
Okay. Are we allowed to market it?
Maybe not marketing, but maybe there is
reference.
Yeah.
So I think the fastest one would be, so it depends on if it's a local or foreign content. In foreign content, Khan Academy is almost like the good to go place for every children to want to learn one or two things, right? YouTube, we mentioned YouTube. These are common ones. Duolingo, Muyiwa, talked about it while we were coming. Also, for local content, you can use U-Lessons, right? U-Lessons have a platform that does some of these things.
Okay.
And then for the fifth one, I would say that they can also leverage on ChatGPT also to get information. Yeah, because why is because it sort of sources out some of those information from already existing platform. It itself does not have the information. It just sources from people that have authority in those information.
All right. I might get cut off in 1 minute. Let me pick the score. Good afternoon. Okay, now that one came in, but it was a bad one. Florence, your question has been attended to. Khan Academy, YouTube, Duolingo, U-Lessons, Chat, GPT. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I think you should also add the method of caring from J1 to 5 or to 4 when they are about to go and start kindergarten. I know government schools do not accept below 6 years, but other schools, private, they accept even 2 years. They call it playground or recognition of objects. So now when I'm talking about immorality, that starts from the parents. Hello?
Well, we were with you. Are we?
Yeah. Okay. So that starts with the parents. Immorality.
Okay.
Having sex in presence of children, living in one room with more than 2 children, 5 children. All these are corruption now.
Mrs. Ayigbe, I think, are we in line with? I'm confused. Sincerely, when she started, I was getting it. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Hello, Zainab.
Good afternoon. Grandma.
Grandma Lara.
Hey, we are going to get cut off in 20 seconds, Grandma. But speak on. Just make your point.
I just wanted to say, most parents are lazy. Your guests there, they said a lot. I wonder why a parent will be asking what websites should children visit. What is Google doing on your phone, for God's sake?
You are listening
Grandma,
to
I'll call you back, hopefully. Thank you.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Now cook food where sweet like this. One girl for my kitchen. Too sweet, I lick my lips. Now waiting, I use them fry my chicken. If you listen when it says the sound of joy taste you've been missing. It is hammer from my city. Now cook food where sweet like this. This mama do help me. This mama do. Oh no, you this mama do. Mama do.
It's Mamador. Mamador oil is available in stores near you and also comes in pocket-friendly sizes. Use Mamador oil today.
Hello, Lagos. We are back. It's Maternity Line Show. Grandma, we are trying to connect with you. Hopefully, you'll pick up so you can land on your points. All right. Lagos, we are talking. Okay. Hold on.
Express your views to raise your voice where it truly matters. Introducing Voice of the People on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, let me take this one. Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, many people calling at the same time. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon. Okay, Grandma.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to counter what Mrs. Akibe said. Lagos State schools now have kindergarten classes. Some schools, some of them now have kindergarten classes, and they admit them from age 3. So her saying they don't admit till 6, no, that's wrong. Then the most important thing I see,
Grandma, in 1 minute, please.
The most important thing I see is parental control. Parents should not be too busy to at least guard their children, because there's a lot of evil going on online now. There should be parental control. For my granddaughter, my daughter even made her screen time per website 30 minutes. Okay. So she does what she needs to do, except it's homework, which she does for a long time. But anything she wants to do online, after 30 minutes, it clocks out.
All right, Grandma.
And she knows that.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you. We have another one. Florence has a new message. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon. Please go ahead.
Hello? Yeah. Hello.
Oh, you seem to have another voice in the background. Oh, so Florence just sent in another message. She says, Zaynab, sorry once again. Actually, I'm not one of the lazy parents, but I just feel that it's best to get from the tech heads directly to recommend websites where we can engage our children. Well done. Okay, so let's continue. We have very limited time. I think we're about 2 minutes to end the show. This one says, good afternoon. I love the topic today. Nice one, Zaynab. Are you continuing this topic next week? Unfortunately, I'm not able to tell right now, except our tech heads, our tech gurus in the studio are willing to come back. All right, Lagos, we are still very much on this discussion. Are the specific types of apps or platforms you recommend genuinely to promote learning and are also fun for Gen Alpha kids? And my guest I've just recommended Khan Academy, YouTube, Duolingo, U Lessons. Now, do you think, both of you, do you think schools are doing enough to guide families on literacy for young children? Or is this mainly is this mainly falling on parents?
I think schools are doing what they could do, what they can do, and they're doing enough, because this is a multi-stakeholder involvement. The government has a role to play. Stations like you have a role to play, which is what you're doing now. Private sector has a role to play. Families have a role to play. So when everybody plays their role, then you begin to see transformative success. So I think it's not just only the school enough that is being asked to sort of advocate for this. It has to start from the home. It moves even to the churches. It moves to anywhere you have group of children learning. There have to be this sensitization about screen time.
All right, thank you. I'm not sure we'll be able to have you again next week. I don't want to force it on you, but if you are willing, why not?
All right, there's no issue here. So just to buttress what
yes, just 30 seconds. We are out of time.
Again, there's a difference between your schooling and your education. I always tell people that what schools are for, the school structure is for education, but your schooling is what you learn throughout your lifetime. So parents, your child's schooling is not in the 4 walls of a classroom.
That's
it's with you. So you have to take charge of that schooling.
All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It breaks my heart we had to wrap up on this note because, I mean, as a mother, this is a very interesting topic for me personally. But thank you for giving up your time to be here today. I appreciate you. May God honor you. Thank you. Lagos, it's time for the news at 1. Please stick around.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The station where you matter.
So you're watching live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3 Lagos. Thank you for always tuning. We appreciate your time.
It's 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's